You got questions? He's right here.
I'm right here, bored in the car. And we're not moving anytime soon with this LA traffic. Unbelievable. What'd I do this to myself?
It's my fault. People are saying, what's up? Paul fan.
What's going on, guys? What's happening? What's happening? What is everybody's thoughts on the news of the week?
You want to read them? People are hopping on.
What's up, Paul? What am I going to say? Yeah, I watched soccer. I heard it'll beat today by Germany. Italy is not the same anymore. And we got to play in Germany on Sunday now. Typical Italy. They scored first and then they scored. Shout out to Virgil and one of the biggest challenges. I absolutely concur. They are the rare Western fighter that want all the smoke. I am tired. I am tired, Anthony. I flew from Florida to LA this morning, and I'm on the freeway. Hours of traffic. I'll say D+ fighter, huh? What are you gonna do? So there's sometimes D+ fighter gets some notoriety. What do we do? Mexico versus Canada is on later, right? Christian 951. Yeah, there's actually is on tonight. Yeah. Yeah, there's the CONCACAF region games.
How many people we got? Say.
How many people we got? I don't know. How you
Up
read
top. 34.
44.
Oh, 44. Oh.
Says Anthony saying let Undisputed feature me in the game. I mean, they paid me for that. I don't know when I'm not in the game, or maybe there's a way you can lock me. Honestly, I don't know. And frankly, I don't even care. I don't even play video games. Am I going to the World Cup next year? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Canelo Crawford. I think Canelo might be too big, but we'll see. But Tazaliev might be the best at 154, but we don't see enough of him to find out. What I hate on MMA fans, I just don't feel like they're knowledgeable about this. I think when I get their opinions, I'm kind of mind blown at some of the opinions I hear them say. I just, you know, I'm speaking to a boxing fan, or I'm speaking to an MMA fan. It's kind of logical in the way they talk about certain things. It's tough. I think regular boxing is more tough than bare knuckle boxing, but bare knuckle looks worse because it's a lot of cuts. But real pro boxing is much tougher, longer fights, much more damage, and a lot of head trauma. Should Spence retire? I don't know if he wants to. Roach vs. Tank 2. Hopefully we get the fight first, and then we'll see. You know, I think there's a little local rivalry there, man. I think, you know, I think we feel Tank is capable of being better, but we've also never seen Tank in with a guy who can actually push him a bit, so we can figure out what kind of mentality Tank has. You know, and I feel like that's important in order to see if somebody's a really good fighter or not. You don't get that when you're constantly fighting 20-1 underdogs. So we'll see. Wow, Mayweather versus Trinidad at welterweight. It's a tough fight, man. It's a tough pick. That's a great one. You think boxing will get bigger than UFC in America? I wouldn't necessarily say so. I don't think UFC will ever pay more than boxing. I don't think in 2025 me and Broner would ever be ready for a rematch. No.
Well, the dice.
Callum Walsh is got. I wasn't convinced on him at first, but I like his progression. I think he's gotten better. Dana want my location. I'm on the 10. I'm on the 10.
I want to meet
in
us
traffic in LA. Come meet me. LA traffic. Apparently Jimmy says the 10 goes all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. Who knew? Imagine sitting in this shit to Jacksonville, Florida. I'd have to stab myself in the eye with a hypodermic needle.
What we got?
I don't know. We got 72.
Oh, 72? Damn. Keep going. Got some questions?
Nah, I'm not going to wild card. I'm going to San Bernardino because I got to work the Pro Box fights this week. Dude, that's a great fight too, man. I tell you, I like Hearns over any welterweight in history. But Trinidad is one of those welterweights where it's like makes you think stylistically, maybe he hits Turns with a shot and knocks him out, because he doesn't just throw for the haymakers. Trinidad knew how to set it up. We got a $5 super chat for Matt Borgerson.
Oh.
Well, did you see the Jake Paul conversation about? It's too fast. How do you get this thing back? Oh.
Okay.
And how Turkey ended up paying $100 million for Canelo to fight William Skull. I didn't see that conversation. No, I didn't see that conversation. But Turkey just likes to collect like shiny objects, I guess. It's like he's just getting guys like Canelo just so he can brag about it. Is Dana White in boxing in 2035? Interesting. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if he is. Malignaggi versus Spadaforo. Really good fight.
Wait, Vito? Vito Spadaforo?
No, Paul Spadaforo.
Oh.
Vito. Who else Vito Spadaforo?
It's a friend.
Vito. Paul, the former world champion. Matt Borgerson back with a super chat. Also, what are your thoughts on TKO salaries that were leaked? It seems like that's a standard for the league salary, but they are saying now that that's just one contract. But I doubt that you can have one contract for one and not a different contract for another guy. I think within the league, those are the salaries. Then there are probably some shiny objects that they'll sign just to be able to say they brag. Guys like Canelo, guys like Beterbiev, guys like that they'll probably have separate contracts. But I think within the league format that they say isn't a league, but everything sounds like a league about it. I think that's the standard. It's decent, but I don't think it's worthwhile. It's probably just a little. If you're that kind of prospect, you can get something close to that from a real promoter, and not have to take so many risks in a league format. So I don't know. McGregor's White House visit. McGregor is a clown because there is a root cause to what's happening with the immigration in Europe. He's a clown, and he has got no balls to actually talk about it. If I'm going to go that far, I'm either going to do it right or I'm not going to do it at all. What McGregor is complaining about is called the Gurji plan. He doesn't have the balls to call it the Gurji plan because he's worried about the blowback because he's got no balls. Either you do it, if you're going to do it, you do it right, or you don't do it at all. I know a lot about this stuff. I could always learn more, but I know enough to know McGregor doesn't have the balls to. He just wanted to go over there, show his face, and make like he's fighting for something. He's not doing anything. Yeah, I'm in LA, Christian. I'm in LA. Will Saudi Arabia become the Mecca of boxing? I see how you did that there. Pun intended, huh? We need a good old-fashioned rant, by the way, long overdue. About what? Oh, well, Paulie and it's tough to track Peter down these days. He's around though. Inoue versus Sanchez. Wow, those are monster fights. Bam Rodriguez versus Sanchez. Who wins? Prime Floyd versus Crawford. Oof, dude. I don't know, man.
You're getting hit with a lot.
And they're good ones too. Like somebody asked me these stupid questions about who would win, but these are some really good ones. Honestly, I can't just think about it. You agree with mass immigration into European countries? I do not know, but I also don't agree with the West destabilizing the Middle East and the countries that these people are from. It's a give and take. And no, I don't think it's karma. I think that there's people that control all of the Western nations, and they do that. It's done on purpose. This is the place for that, or you end up getting thrown off YouTube if you start talking about that kind of stuff. Melanie is controlled opposition. She says there's what she does not do. Baggio over Del Piero for me. Roberto Baggio, the best Italian attacking player and most complete attacking player ever created. James Tony Urbia. Wow, that's another great fight. Another great fight.
I never even thought about that.
What's going on with Sonny Conto? Sonny got released from Top Rank. He's still around. Slowing the record, but not moving as consistently. So yeah, Group B, all up, man. Yeah, you gotta address the root cause. If you don't address the root cause, you're just complaining about, you know, about symptoms and not the root, and that people waste their time doing that. I think too many people do that. You gotta know the root causes of things. Do you have any brutal injury recovery stories during your boxing? Official bone, taking pieces from my tooth. The surgery took 9. They had to put screws in there, and then the screws ended up not taking. So 9 months later, I broke my hand again on my comeback fight. I had to have another surgery to take the screws out. Eubank versus Conor Ben. I think it's a great fight for the UK. It shows how big the UK boxing scene is. But neither guy's ever been a world champion, nor will ever be a world champion in my eyes. I'm going to San Bernardino, guys. I gotta work the fights this weekend for Pro Box. Check out Pro Box this weekend. We got a smoking hot main event, bro. Lester Martinez against Joshan James. It's gonna be fireworks. Check us out. We make sure also that we're off the air before the PBC main event, so you don't have to miss. You can watch us and then tune over to the PBC main event for the Pandora fight. I'm telling you, we got a good card this weekend. Check us out on Pro Box. I mean, if you guys have Pro Box before, you guys know we always have on good cards, but this one's gonna be a good one. Louis Laloy was an amazing fighter, very good fighter. Not known enough in America. Louis Laloy was an amazing boxer. Can Thurman make 147 at his age? I doubt it. At least, yeah, there's still tickets available. Tiara Brown. Yeah, you know, there's a rumor that Sky is, you know, I'm not supposed to say it to Sky and Eddie are, you know, they're kind of together. And the rumor is that's why she gets all the opportunity she gets. But you didn't hear from me. Even though I'm on live.
You're live.
And Ruiz versus Caballel would be a good boxing match. I'd watch it. Ruiz against anybody I'd watch, you know. I don't know what Ruiz has left, but still, you know, he's always entertaining me. Why is it harder for all the weight? When you get older, it's harder to make weight. Hagler versus GGG. Oof, dude, that's rough. So these guys got some good ones today. That's a rough one. You versus Tank. Who wins and why? Tim Bradley Jr. I hope this is the real Tim Bradley with $20. Me versus Tank. Honestly, I never lost to a southpaw.
$20.
I also, yeah, bro. I never lost to a southpaw. And to tell you the truth, I think Tank is good, but I don't know what happens when you push him, when you put him in a position. Also, he's very short, which I always did very well range advantages against. I don't know, man. I'd like my chances against Tank. I would have loved to, but yeah. 40, right? He went to Mario Byers at 140, I think.